Why does it taste like an onion? Do I want to eat Bean Boozled, but not want a kale smoothie? Invisible key inside a swamp above the box. So that's why my shirt's different. Or if you're a weirdo, what you put cereal on. 6, 7. So loud sound, it sounds like a fart. Welcome to Pacvalham. Hello, my friends. Yeah, okay. When would I have ever going to eat my Krispy Kreme beans? Well, the answer is some of them will be eaten for the correct predictions only on this episode. So yeah, so all of my places I'll eat a bean, either one of these for correct prediction. Like for example here, right here, I've already determined
I feel like we needed that
the P was needed. That was my first prediction for this episode. So yeah. Oh, there's not a pause button, just a stop button. Well, okay, 5 flavors here. Cinnamon apple filled, strawberry iced, glazed blueberry cake, original glaze, and chocolate iced with sprinkles. Smells good. So I'll take out a random one. Let's see what it is. Alright, how about this one? The pink one. Pink one, strawberry iced. Yep, does taste like a donut. Yep, there's strawberry flavor. I wonder if they have actual icing inside the beans. Okay. Alright, last year when I was in my living room, I predicted that after 1 minute 33 seconds that it would die to those munchers again. And that did not happen, so yeah. Buttered popcorn or rotten egg? Oh, okay. This has to be it. Yeah. The rotten egg. Same one. Why does it taste like an onion? I don't know, this looks close enough, so I mean, it's probably not it, but you know, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell some of these beans. I'll just eat this one, whatever it is. Ooh, that is the correct one. That is a buttered popcorn. Nice. Last year I predicted they had to get the top flour and avoid the snake blocks, but that ended up not being the case. You don't get that top flour, and I'm not sure if there's any way to avoid the snake blocks while trying to get the top flour. Well, I can't really tell if I have any more, so I'll just eat this one, whatever it is. Yeah, I think that's a barf. Was it yesterday or was it 2 days ago? There was a smoothie bar at E-Haw, and well, they had 3 flavors, but I only got 2 of them. I mean, I could have gotten all 3 if, you know, if all 3 of them were. Wait, but I'm eating Bean Boozled. Why do I want to eat Bean Boozled, but not want a kale smoothie? And why did I choose the going green at Freshens one time? Like, the going green versus the super fuel. I mean, I recently thought about it, made a pros and cons list, and the super fuel had all the the super fuel had all the pros, and the going granted all the cons, flavor, calories, fewer calories. Super fuel, more fruits and vegetables, 2.5, rather than the 1. Serving of veggies, going green. Anyway, I digress. This looks like the correct one, so anyway, this might be strawberry banana smoothie, but it might be dead fish. Yeah, the dead fish. The dead fish. If you could find the Arbor video I had last year, you can see I was sitting over there somewhere, those doors in the background, but this is a better background. Oh, and also I'm not recording the screen now. You can see me better, so I guess it's more important now that it's background, even though it's a shorter recording. Anyway, last year when I was here, I predicted. Oh, you have to get the bottom fire flower, not the one that's on the snake. So do not activate the snake, just get the bottom fire flower. And, well, that ended up being correct. Oh. It's a brown one. Oh yeah, kind of. Can you see any sprinkles? Colored dots. Even though it's blurry, you can kind of see something there. This is chocolate iced with sprinkles. Alright, so far it's strawberry iced and chocolate iced with sprinkles. So, cinnamon apple filled and glazed blueberry cake and original glazed will be ones I haven't eaten yet. But, well, I'm not going to spoil anything. Well, there's a good view of East Campus behind me, right there. And the current state of the festival food court is renovation's not finished. So the burger and fries, Madison Press, and Ignite Pizza Pasta are temporarily located in the Atlantic Union Bank Center. I guess some of the concession stands, but I'm not going to show you that because, well, I'm not going back to TLC or AUBC from this video. Anyway, last year in the festival food court, and I may have been on that side, way over there somewhere. There's also more seating over there, that side. And there's also additional seating downstairs. But anyway, I guessed at some particular part that Dave would mess up that part again.
I guess we have to go.
And unfortunately for Dave, he did mess up that part again, which means my prediction's correct. Did I make you think it was... Unfortunately, my prediction was incorrect. Anyway, I think it's glazed blueberry cake. Yeah. A lot of these beans are shiny, which I guess represents the icing or glaze on Krispy Kreme donuts. There are blue specks in this, so let's see. Or I'll taste. You will see, I'll taste. Well, I mean, you can't tell just by seeing. You'll hear me tell you that this is, yeah, glazed blueberry cake. Yeah. I can taste the blueberry. So, cinnamon apple filled and original glaze are flavor of these beans I haven't eaten yet. I'm back in the Rose Library, and when I was here last year, it's taken me 1 year for not just, well, more than a year for the entire season, but this episode. Anyway, I guess that at some point that Dave would mess up in the next room. And, well, this time, unfortunately, for Dave, he did mess up in the next room. I think it's original glazed. Yep, original glazed. You know what? Maybe next time, if there is a next time. Oh, I know if there is a next time or not. I will deliberately fish out cinnamon apple field. Actually, no, there's no dead fish beans in this one. But there are, or maybe were, in that box. Now I'm back at King Hall, home of my major, computer science. And there's something new, well, sort of new, that added to King Hall and NGO's new navigation signs. Previously, like for example, you see where that says 1B, that wasn't there before the semester. Or at least it wasn't in the previous semester, and the sign there for room number 159, that's new. Previously, okay, you see where that navigation sign is there, the purple one, it's a horizontal rectangle. Previously, there was like black text on that thin white part up there, so if you're walking by, you would just have to look at that narrow white part above the purple sign and see a black text. But now there's this, maybe it was painted over, I don't know, but purple sign there. Anyway, previously when I was here according for IBALOFTLLAI, was it the burger and fries episode? I don't know. Maybe. I guess it was. Predicted
Very, very
you have to toss a Galumba up, which once again another correct prediction. This looks like cinnamon apple field, which is so far the only Krispy Kreme that I haven't eaten yet. Yesterday I ate two. I ate two apple cinnamon flavored things. Apple cinnamon flavored oatmeal, Quaker instant oatmeal, and with my Sunday dinner, I had it was applesauce with cinnamon. So now that's 2 days in a row I've eaten one or two things that are apple and cinnamon flavored. Now I'm in the UREC study area, or sitting area, next to the racquetball courts. Apparently there's something wrong with this court. But there's nothing wrong with the next court because there are players in that one. And there's nothing wrong with the third one because there are players in there. So my prediction here was that there would be a key in an invisible block above a swamp.
Keys up.
That was kind of a silly prediction that ended up being incorrect.
Yes!
So yeah, I would eat 2 boozled beans for that. Except sometime after, before I determined if that prediction would be correct or not, there was an I switch that negated that prediction. And so the final prediction there, that there's not a key in an invisible box above the swamp. And there wasn't an invisible key inside a swamp above the box, because that doesn't make any sense. And there's also not a key in an invisible box above the swamp. So without that negation thing, then this would be incorrect. But it started incorrect, but then changed to be correct before I found out which one was correct. Okay, that's confusing. So in the end, what's there is correct. So I chose a random bean. I think that's original glazed. Here, let me make sure you could see it, because I was looking at my planner, or where I have my predictions, and I couldn't see my face cam footage. Yeah, that's the original glazed. I'm back at Lakeside Cafe. So, when I was here last year, I predicted that, oh yeah, that was the point. There would be, I saw some clouds on the right side of the screen, and I predicted there would be some kind of a troll there, and I have to determine. I mean, that was kind of unexpected, but it's not quite a troll, but I'll let editor me determine. So, yeah, I would eat 2 bean-boozled beans for that, except sometime after, before I determined if that prediction would be correct or not. There was an I switch that negated that prediction. This one is strawberry ice. Looks like I have to stand because my camera's... is the hinge loose or something? I don't know. Also, you don't really need to see the people in the background. But I guess that Dave, well, I mean not Dave himself, but the character would die before the checkpoint. Oh, I took another one of the strawberry iced ones. That's fine. Oh, next one I see is another one of the next 2 I see in there are also strawberry iced ones. Now maybe they should have gotten a shuffling. Then at 13 minutes 3 seconds, I guess he would get the checkpoint that time. And then he did. So, which one's that one? Cinnamon apple filled. Alright, I'm back in the land down under, where it's just Taylor down under. No, like, editing video tricks or whatever. It's a camera trick this time. Turn the camera upside down. You know, I thought about explaining I'm eating so many of the Krispy Kreme beans in this video, not much of the bean boozle, but I mean, think about it, makes sense, and I'm thinking I'll just leave the explanation to the explanation, joke and shenanigans explanations video, and the pipe that is shown at 14 minutes 31 seconds or thereabouts. I guess that pipe is correct, but it ended up being not correct, and that was resolved in the previous video, and I hadn't eaten the bean boozled for it yet, so doing that now. Alright, that is a Tutti Frutti. It's good. Almost as good as the Krispy Kreme beans. Well, there's the first bad jelly bean I've eaten today. Yeah, I'm doing it across multiple days, this video, so that's why my shirt's different. Different shirt for different day. Yeah, that's a stink bug, in case you didn't catch what the flavor was, or what the good flavor, bad flavor were. I have successfully predicted that there would be some kind of troll with some red spot. Blueberry glazed blueberry cake. Back at Bistro 1908, which has an Italian kitchen and a bistro burger. Second floor of the Studio Success Center. So, when I made the prediction here, oh yeah, I had the class with Wigglesworth that day. She's retired now. Anyway, I predicted that has editor been putting clips like that the entire time? Was up there. I predicted there would be a mushroom, and well, actually I'm just going to outright tell you I'm not eating any more bean boozled today, or for this video. Chocolate iced with sprinkles. I'm in Holland Yates Hall, and I predicted the other day that Dave would fail one more time, or at least one more time before getting to the end. Unfortunately for Dave, he did. There's strawberry iced. Today's Friday as I am recording this, and BCM has Bible studies on Thursdays, and usually we have a stack. So yesterday's stack is still on that table over there. Cereals, variety of cereals. There's Honey Nut Cheerios, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Frosted Flakes, Cap'n Crunch Berries, Fruity Pebbles, which is the one I had yesterday, Reese's Puffs, and Fruit Loops. And of course, there is one component of our stack that's in the refrigerator. I'm sure you know what it is. What's commonly put on cereal. Or if you're a weirdo, what you put cereal on. No, I'm kidding. You're not necessarily a weirdo if you put the milk in first. Sometimes in some scenarios, if like I have cereal and milk, I finish the cereal and I have a little milk left over, I might drink it, or I might put a little more cereal in it if I want to. And only in that instance would I have milk before the cereal. But the first time, or at the beginning of that scenario, I would have put cereal in first. But only if I'm getting a refill of cereal and I have some milk.
Hello,
how about a Krispy Kreme jelly bean? This is the last one.
Yes!
I mean, there's plenty in here, but that's one I'm doing for this video. And then I will head over to the music building because I want to modify some of my music that I've shared in season 2. But that's also going to require me modifying some other music and yeah. I think that's another glazed blueberry cake. Well, I'm back. How long has it been? Maybe 6 or 7 weeks. Maybe longer. So, I don't know how many of you have seen it, but I've shared this piece of music and something from season 2. And maybe Editor B can show which episode it was, specifically. But I want to change some of it. Like, for example, the title. I don't really care for that title. And it does interpolate 15 other pieces of music. And some of what I want to change here, I'll have to change in some of the other music because some of the other music is fine. So I'm going to spoil the answer right now. I'll just tell you what all of them are. Here we are. Cerulean. I want to change Cerulean. I'm not happy with how it turned out. And I also want to change that title as well. I also have Operation Plot Summary. And then, wait, you can read that probably. Ride of the Valkyries by Wagner. And The Hall of Mountain King by... How's that pronounced? Greg? I don't know. Then, I don't have to read all of these. You can... I do want to change this one. However, I think I don't need to change it in the ears of the beholder because whatever of Daisy Field that I have in ears is good. I'm going to change a different part of Daisy that I didn't put in ears. Okay, as you can see, the ears of the beholder is there, but then I went to home and I opened Cerulean, but I opened in a new window. So if anybody knows how I can have them in this, say, can't click and drag the tab, but if it's possible to, if it's possible and you know how to do it, move to there, don't switching tabs in the same windows easier than different windows. But what do we have so far? It's a good start. And then over here, I think it's from there all the way to the end, especially these chords. There shouldn't, in retrospect, shouldn't be chords there. And then there's lots of overlap over here. And like right here and here, it's the same note. Well, I'll let you listen to all the way through because this is the last chance you're going to be able to do that. Okay, I am more embarrassed by that composition than me doing 6-7. Okay, I thought of a joke. Let me know if this sounds like something that Statler and Waldorf might say. I didn't include a tour of JMU in my IBALOFTLLAI videos. I did some IBALOFTLLAI and a tour of JMU videos. Because there's probably more footage in this episode alone. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. Get rid of violin 2, or just the notes from 2nd through 4th violins. And change from here through the rest. Alright, it's already better. It's already started better. So, from the beginning until this point is the same. What's different is here from the rest of it. Oh boy, now I need to find out what to add here that'll sound good with D3 parts here. I'm not sure. I also want to continue the counterpoint here, so I'm thinking I'll just add triads, rest of it, and just end it there. Alright, I'm satisfied with the result here. Alright, let's see. Here's with the part with the old cerulean. Right here.
Love it. Yeah, I should get hired by all the rappers in the world because they're gonna want me on their track. Yeah. I hope you guys don't do anything important because I won't be here.
Wait, there's more building now?
We're adding like something. I thought it was going to be like really like banging and brawling. So I thought he was.
Boop. You know what? I'll change graphics. Daisy Field at my apartment. But I'll just go ahead and point out all of the interpolation. We allow me to just see Cerulean. The operation plot summary is something else I created around this time. Will be for. And that was a good Easter egg.
That's like screaming something probably too loud.
Why is
It's so loud. And it's like literally 2 steps behind. No.
There's this one guy who's like ginger, who stands in front of me, and every time it's at the very end, they have like the jazz and he's like I can see him taking like the breath just like that.
I don't know how many timpani you're going to need to perform this piece or whatever. For Celestial Claws, there's only maybe 4 different pitches. Ride of the Valkyries. Oh, there is one thing I want to change here. I'm not sure why I used the bassoon, but I want to change the bassoon to horns.
This was like my favorite trick
Alright, move. Wait.
30 seconds the first time.
Hello.
The last game. I'm like, hey Scott, what are you working on right now? He's like, you can't see this. And I'm
Here
like,
we go.
Scott, I don't know what it is. He's like, what do you mean you can't read that it says bowl roster at the top? I'm like, no, I'm not trying to read your computer. He's like, oh, well, you weren't supposed to see that thing. I'm like,
Double the. Actually able to.
yes.
And so that top so many ledger lines will put a basta or basta, whatever it is.
Well, like if I do it again, I'm gonna try and convince him to let me go.
But then I have to.
Let me just be. Yeah, like please. I'm hoping I get selected.
I love it when
First year
Scott
or
is
something.
not like
You're like things and you're trying. Like the first one, there's something first ones, like, because that's like, nah, but I think he knows you. Yeah, Scott. Yeah.
Okay, then right here, it basically goes into all of Mountain King.
I was just thinking, like, if anything, like, Chris would favor me, but I don't know if Chris is doing.
Yeah, it's really not that deep.
And
Like,
there's
enough people won't sign
there were
up.
quite a few sections in here that are
Dude,
made up.
this just gets so much worse every time.
Okay, march of the
I have a
line.
window.
After this fun kind of goofy section that continuously modulates. Oh no, we just did Mountain King. Oh, right here. No, just before this. Maybe. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I would do too.
Right here.
Before I play. Yeah, that's nice. So my first listening to before he's the one that told me. I always just
And then it immediately goes into Tuileries. Okay, next one. The Egmont Overture and Depth of Focus are kind of together, since they have kind of similar notes. Whatever. Right here. That's just what I do. The flute here, that comes from Depth of Focus. Alright, next, Daisy Field, I'll show you where that is. Oh, this pizzicato section.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's like, do you do it regularly or is this just like
Okay, and right here is Symphony number 93 by Haydn. There were multiple composers that have a sense of humor, but I think Haydn takes the cake. Okay, so what's interesting? So you can on your own do some research of some of the funny things that Haydn has done. Joseph Haydn, Franz Joseph Haydn, including here, this part of the symphony. Oh, well, it looks like you need 2 flute players and... Well, I mean... Okay, well, maybe I need to fix this. You can't play multiple notes on one flute at the same time. Oh. Bronze Dish, but however that's pronounced, by Rossini from, I think it's William Tell, is played right here. I put that trumpet in there. Okay. And then back to Haydn Symphony there. And then the funny part is the music is all quiet and all of a sudden the bassoon makes a loud sound. It sounds like a fart. And then here, well, you see the clarinet has a trill here, followed by a glissando. And what would that be other than? Paused the wrong thing. Paused my recording. Rhapsody in Blue by Gershwin. George Gershwin. And then right here. My favorite act that I've created in 2020. Well, I mean, it's my favorite act at all, but I created it in 2020. In my royalty-free music repertoire, it's the only act I've put in there. Well, in the old repertoire. I haven't put any of my music in the new repertoire yet, but I did at one time try putting in Creepy Churchyard, but I don't know what happened with the file. So then I deleted it, and I'll just put in my music at some later point. Alright, and then we have Canon in D by Pacvalham, and then The Great Gate of Kiev by Mussorgsky. They kind of work quite well, but you can't keep them in their original keys because Great Gate is E flat, which will clash with the D since those notes are next to each other and it won't sound good. So I kept the D major and I put the Great Gate down 1 step so it matches the D. Where is it? Oh yeah. Okay, here. Of course, we have the cellos playing that familiar bass line. And the flute doesn't start from the beginning of the canon. It starts this part here. But then, at some point, oh here, tempo picks up a little bit. But this melody at the top here
Unless you're doing something, I'm ready to go.
comes from the Great Gate. But it actually sounds good with the canon bass line.
Well, can we stop it? You know, but myself, I just need to go do something else. Yeah. Like I know this is not a typical meal time.
Alright.
I haven't eaten.
So this was another attempt at a canon. And this is what I have so far for Daisy, or Robbie, here's what I had for Daisy Field. Okay, so what's wrong with this? I think it's fine up until this. Wait. This, and that are running into each other. That's not good. So what do we have? They're running, still clashing. Or being close. Then this. Yeah, too big of a range of interfering. And also, I don't need that base, whatever I did there. And then this, and that are nearly playing in unison. The only difference is this note, that note. That's that. They're supposed to be separate. They're different. So you know what? Let's see. Oh, also these whole notes that are accented. I think it's a bit of an Easter egg. Let's see, what is it? The G, when it goes down to D, and then it goes to E, B, C. Like, it kind of follows bass line of Pacvalham's canon D major, but this time it's G. Yeah. So this. I need to go higher. I need to continue going up, that way it's not clashing with the previous parts. So I think the piano has a broader range than a violin. So this might be a little bit easier than Somber Memories, which was previously called Silverman. Right. Alright, I'm gonna leave you with the final version of Daisy Field, and then the 5 Seconds of Black, and then the last All the Deaths thing of Season 3. Alright. But before I play this, before all that, thank you for watching. Better wrap this up. If you're smart, click the like button. If you're genius, click the subscribe button. Let me know if I should keep that outro or change it. But have a great rest of your day. Till you'll see me next time. Stay tuned for IBALOFTLLAI Christmas edition. And until then, take care. Well, I called that the final version, but now I'm thinking, if you want to suggest an improvement, then you may do so either on MuseScore or description of this video or any of my videos, I guess, or any comment on any score, MuseScore, but actually on the Daisy Field score would make most sense. But this is the final version that's shared on this video. If I make any changes, that's not going to be shown in this video. Alright. See ya.
That was terrible. Oh. Okay, that was obvious.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. You gotta be kidding me. My brain is in shutdown mode.
Okay, let's figure out. Okay.
They've got swamped.
If there is a soft lock. If there is a soft lock in your level, I will find it. Yes! No!
Oh. Yeah, you messed that up. What's he supposed to do there?
I guess I just need to die.
No! I was reading so good. Ah! I knew that was gonna happen. Yes! There we go. Are you kidding? Yabada!
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 No!